Grey's Anatomy has had its fair share of goodbyes. As the 14th season winds down, ABC's long-running medical drama has gone through significant cast changes in front of the camera and its fair share of on-set drama and scandals, while Ellen Pompeo, Justin Chambers, Chandra Wilson, and James Pickens Jr. are the only remaining members of the original ensemble who have been with the show since its March 2005 debut. Many of their colleagues have come and gone, some in tragic fashion and others with hopeful beginnings. With Sarah Drew and Jessica Capshaw's exits looming ahead of the 15th season, there promises to be even more transitions for the veteran series. From DR Knight and Katherine Heigl to Sarah Ramirez and Patrick Dempsey, ET chronicles the history of Grey's biggest and most dramatic cast exits over the past 14 seasons. Dr. Preston Burke, Isaiah Washington. Washington was one of the original doctors on Grey's when it debuted in 2005. He was fired in 2007 after the third season, following an incident where Washington allegedly used a gay slur in reference to DR Knight during an on-set argument and clashed with other co-stars. The actor eventually returned to Grey's for a 2014 episode to help kick off Chandra's exit. Dr. George OMalley, Knight was the first major cast departure for Grey's, leaving in tragic yet heroic fashion at the end of season 5. In his final episodes, his beloved character, George, ran in front of a bus in an effort to save a woman but was hit himself, still one of TV's most shocking moments, resulting in being completely unrecognizable to the doctors when he was rushed in. He would later die from his injuries, which became the topic of early season 6, as his former colleagues mourned his death and attended his funeral. One of the original interns on Grey's, George was a puppy-eyed doctor whose close friendship with Meredith, fumbling romances with Izzy and Callie and adversarial dynamic with Alex made him even more relatable to viewers. Denny Duquette, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. While Morgan only appeared in about 24 episodes, he remains one of Grey's most memorable characters, playing Denny, a patient-turned-love interest for Izzy in the second and third seasons. Though the heart transplant Denny came in for was successful, he died suddenly after a stroke, but not until after he'd proposed to Izzy and she'd accepted. Later, Izzy used the money he left her to open up the Denny Duquette Memorial Clinic. In season 5, Morgan returned for a new arc when Izzy began hallucinating Denny around the time she discovered she was diagnosed with cancer. Drive. Izzy Stevens, Katherine Heigl. One of the original Grey's stars, Heigl left midway through season 6 after playing the bubbly, upbeat intern turned surgical resident Izzy for over 100 episodes. In her final episode, Heigl's character discovered she was cancer-free, attempted to reconcile with her ex, Alex, and turned down an offer to get her job back after getting fired, opting to move on for a fresh start. Heigl, who won the Emmy for her Grey's role in 2007, memorably took her name out of consideration in 2008 because she didn't feel she was given the material this season to warrant an Emmy nomination, a reference to her reduced workload that year. Dr. Addison Montgomery, Kate Walsh. Addison's introduction on Grey's at the end of the first season is still one of the most memorable moments of the series. Still, she left after season 3 after deciding to have a baby and visiting her friend Naomi, a fertility specialist in California at Oceanside Wellness Group, making the move to the Golden State permanent. Walsh's spin-off, Private Practice debuted in the fall of 2007 and ran for 6 seasons, but she would pop back in and out on Grey's through its 8th season. Drive. Lexi Gray, Kyla Lee Meredith's half-sister Lexi entered the picture in Season 3 as part of that year's new class of interns, but became an integral part of the fabric of the series when she was upped to series regular at the start of Season 4. She became romantically involved with Mark in an on-again/off-again romance, and the two eventually reunited not long before they were both victims of a horrific plane crash at the end of Season 8, during which she was the first to die. My experience on Grey's Anatomy is something that I will treasure for the rest of my life. I want to take this time to say thank you to the fans, Lee told TV Line. Your unconditional love and support have made these last 5 years very special for me. I look forward to my next chapter and I hope you will continue to follow me on my journey. Dr. Mark Sloan, Eric Dane. The McSteamy to Patrick Dempsey's McDreamy. Dane joined the ABC drama as a recurring guest star in the sophomore season before being promoted to series regular in Season 3, and his character, Mark, was immediately dubbed the ladies' man of the hospital. His presence at the hospital caused more wrinkles than it stabilized the staff, with spicy affairs with Derek's estranged wife Addison, Callie and Lexi, the latter a relationship he grew to embrace. Dane was written off in dramatic fashion. After Lexi's death following the 8th season finale plane crash, Mark succumbed to his injuries. Drive. Christina Yang. Chandra Oh was one of the original cast members on Grey's when it debuted in 2005 and was on the show for 10 seasons until she left in 2014, when Christina made the leap to relocate and start anew in Lyric. As Meredith's person, Owen's on-again/off-again love and a star surgeon, O's character was one of the most beloved of the series, and speculation of a potential return has permeated ever since her departure. I've gotta tell you, those rumors, I don't know who starts them, but it really is tough, O admitted to ET Canada in 2016. No, I have no plans to return to Grey's anytime soon. But O did say in a 2014 interview with The Hollywood Reporter that she'd be game to return for the series finale. Drive. Derek Shepherd, Patrick Dempsey. Dempsey's exit in Season 11 was one of the most shocking moments in the history of Grey's, as his character, also known as McDreamy, was one half of the main couple on the series alongside Ellen Pompeo's Meredith Grey. In his final episode, Derek was rushed to the ER after a large semi-truck struck his car and the team of undertrained doctors were unable to save him in time, forcing Meredith to pull the plug. Derek Shepherd is and will always be an incredibly important character, for Meredith, for me and for the fans. I absolutely never imagined saying goodbye to our McDreamy. Patrick Dempsey's performance shaped Derek in a way that I know we both hoped became a meaningful example, happy, sad, romantic, painful and always true, of what young women should demand from modern love, creator Shonda Rhimes said in April 2015. His loss will be felt by all. Drive. Callie Torres. Sarah Ramirez announced her decision to leave the show after 10 seasons of playing one of TV's groundbreaking bisexual characters following the Season 12 finale. In Ramirez's final episode, she and her ex, Arizona, agreed that they would co-parent their daughter together. I'm deeply grateful to have spent the last 10 years with my family at Grey's Anatomy and ABC, but for now, I'm taking some welcome time off, Ramirez wrote in her note in 2016. Shonda been so incredible to work for, and we will definitely continue our conversations. Drive. Stephanie Edwards. Jerica Hinton joined the medical drama in its 9th season, staying on for 5 seasons as Stephanie, one of Gray Sloane's surgical residents, and leaving at the end of the season 13 finale after suffering devastating burns following a fiery explosion in one of the hospital wings. Her near-death experience was enough for Stephanie to change course, and she made a declaration that she wanted to live her own life now. Hinton reveals to ET in February that she pitched a version of Stephanie's final episode where she died. My heart grows to think that I did get a hero's end, that I got to go out in a way that was not just incredibly human and honest, but also inspirational. Drive. Nathan Riggs. Martin Henderson. Though Henderson's time as Riggs on Grey's was relatively brief, he joined midway through the 12th season and left early on in season 14. He made his time on the series count. An army doctor who had a friendship and deep history with fellow Gray Sloane Doc Owen. He grew to become Meredith's main love interest following Patrick Dempsey's departure, but Riggs and Meredith's romance was cut short when he was reunited with his former love, Owen's previously presumed dead sister, Megan. In the end, the pair decided to move to Los Angeles together. Dr. April Kepner. Sarah Drew. It's unclear how Drew, who has played April since season 6, will be written out of the show at the end of season 14. But in the latest teaser for Thursday's episode, things aren't looking good for the devout Christian doctor as she's seen unconscious and barely clinging to life after being in a car accident. Could this be how April's story, and therefore Drew's, ends on Grey's? Ellen Pompeo hinted to ET in May that Drew's character would not meet a horrific end. You only get killed off when your behavior is bad. If you're a nice actor, you die nice. But, yeah, these endings aren't tragic. Dr. Arizona Robbins, Jessica Capshaw, like Drew. Capshaw's departure from Grey's at the end of season 14 is still unclear at the moment. But the announcement in March that she would be leaving after playing one of TV's few LGBTQ characters for 10 seasons was a shock to the system for fans. I am sad to see her go, but I am consoled by the idea that she will continue to live on and on in all of our consciences and our imaginations, Capshaw wrote back in March. Grey's Anatomy airs Thursdays at 8 p.m. ET/PT on ABC. Related content. Grey's Anatomy, is April being killed off? Watch the ominous teaser. Ellen Pompeo says they're starting to think about how to end Grey's Anatomy. Exclusive. Grey's Anatomy star Ellen Pompeo says Jessica Capshaw and Sarah Drew won't have tragic endings. Exclusive.